Hey friends, happy Wednesday, happy day 4 of Preptober. Thanks for coming to hang out with me today. You guys, I'm really excited because we are finally 4 days in going to set up my Plottober notebook as well as my I guess Plottober planner as well, but this is a 90-day, so 3-month passion planner, and this is going to last me October, November, and December. So we're going to set both of these up today. I'm really excited. It's been a minute since it's been 6 months, y'all, since I have done a planner video with you guys, and I'm really freaking stoked. So excited. And it's spooky season. These are going to be decorated up with spooky stuff. So let's just get right into it. So first, we're going to go ahead and set up the Passion Planner Daily. This is my favorite planner of all time, you guys. This planner is so incredible. I love the daily. I'm fine with it only being 3 months at a time. It's amazing. It's been with me through a lot. Clearly, I wrote a book. If you saw my previous videos, I wrote a whole dang book, you guys, relying heavily on my husband and a Passion Planner Daily. So for comparison, this is an A5. This is a brand new one. I did go with one that's a little bit different, or maybe they just upgraded it. I'm not sure. It does feel and look a little bit different than my previous ones, but I'm not sure if they're like the same with just a bit of an upgrade. But for comparison, this is the one. And as you can see, this one's just a smidge bit more narrow than this one. So I don't think that this one was ever intended to be an A5. I think this is true A5. Anyways, they're amazing regardless. This is the one that got me through it, you guys. This is the one. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This is how I wrote a whole dang book. And then, yeah. So we're going to set this one up again because I'm really stoked to rely on it through Preptober, NaNoWriMo, and then unwinding, I guess, in December, breathing again. It's going to be a good one. So we're going to set it up. I want to decorate the cover as always with just a few stickers, and then we'll jump right into it. But I always have these linked down in the description if you guys want to check them out. They have a deal, I think an anniversary deal going on right now, and I always have a discount code for you guys down there as well. So that's where you can find that. All right, so I have a ton of vinyl stickers here that I want to put on the cover. I'm not going to use all of these, obviously. I think I've already decided that I want to go with Steve for sure. I want to go with this one that says books for sure. And I, of course, have to go with I myself am strange and unusual, one of my favorite quotes. Let's see. I kind of want this one from Charlie Brown as well because I love Charlie Brown. Maybe let's do the Lukes with some books and maybe something like that, or I think we got to go with the little haunted manor. You guys, some of these stickers are relevant to my own book, so you'll see. I'm going to go ahead and stick these down and answer some questions really quick. A lot of you have been asking about my book. Where can you buy it? Where can you learn more about it? How freaking fast, soon, immediately can you read it? I love you guys for that. Y'all are so amazing. I so appreciate it. It's going to be out very, very soon. And very, very, very soon, I'm going to have a video dedicated to talking about it. We're going to read the first chapter. We're going to talk about what it's about. I'm going to tell you guys how you can get it, where you can get it, all those good things. It's coming real soon, you guys. I guess while you're here, since you're so kind and sweet to hang out with me and we're, having a little chat, maybe I can give you like a little hint. That's up too high. I gotta scooch this down. This is gonna bug me. Okay, how does that look? I don't know. I'm not gonna push it down just yet. Okay, so first of all, I should have done this at the beginning. If you are new here, hi, hello, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Alana. I am a author now. I can say that. Oh my gosh, I'm not just a writer. I'm an actual freaking author, you guys. I am an author. I'm a homeschool mama. I'm a wife. I am a planner. I am a nerd. I am Halloween obsessed. It is my love. let's see, what else? I'm a sticker hoarder, and I just finished a novel, my first one, earlier this year. It's a precious little spooky thing, and I love it so much. It is not if you were here previously, if you heard me plan for NaNoWriMo and all those things last year, it is not my young adult sci-fi fantasy. I'm still working on that. I haven't given up on it. It's just, as I've explained previously, really involved. It is sci-fi fantasy, and I'm doing some actual science in it, and I really want it to be well researched, and I want it to be accurate and proper. So I haven't given up on it. I just wrote a spooky little middle grade novel, and I love it so much. I love my characters. I love the world. And it's going to be a series, and I'm so excited about it. And it will be out really, really, really soon, you guys. So there's your little sneak of information. This feels, I don't know, it needs some more, doesn't it? I'm not going to worry about that right now. We need to get to the actual stuff. So let's take a quick look inside of the Passion Planner. Oh my gosh, it's time to crack the spine on a new one. If you're unfamiliar with it, we'll just take a quick look. If you are familiar with it, I'll make this fast. The Passion Planner Daily is very closely laid out like the weekly one. They give you a spot for your goals and your monthly calendar and all those things. So this is what the daily page looks like. But up front in the beginning here, they have a spot for you to write your own ideas. Free space, inspiration, write your ideas here. Just start. It has a passion roadmap for you to brainstorm your goals. And it has your wish list, today's date, your lifetime, 3 years, 3 months, 1 year goals. And over here, it has a month's game changer where you define what you want to work on for that month. And then at the end of the month, you get sort of like a spot to review yourself, how you did, what you want to improve on, that sort of thing. I'm talking with my hands, but I'm talking back here and I'm making shadows. And then it has like just an overview. What's it called? Perpetual calendar. Yeah, that. This one. Yeah. So you can, undated, you can start wherever. It just has every month in order plus the dates down the side. Then you go into, I think this one actually might be different with the monthly. It is. I just checked. We have a monthly calendar now. And this is what it looks like in the weekly, just the weekly dated planner, but without dates on it. So let me just show you really quick. This just goes straight from your perpetual calendar into a daily page. So you actually get a monthly calendar. So I was right. This one has been upgraded. So this is going to be awesome. We're going to set this up for Preptober. I think what I want to accomplish in Preptober, or maybe just kind of a plan, because I don't actually really know what I want to accomplish in Preptober. I know what I want to accomplish in November, obviously, for NaNoWriMo, which is 50,000 words, but I don't know for Preptober just yet. So we'll figure something out and set this up. Then you have your self check-in, how I've grown, biggest lessons, accomplishments I'm proud of. So this is your end of the month check-in. And then so your whole 3 months are at the front. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. I'll put a tab or something for each month. I thought maybe they'd be at the end or the start, but no, they're at the very front, all of them. I like that. That is cool. And then you go into your days. So your days of the week, of course, are set up for you here. You have an hourly section. You have a space of infinite possibility, which is just, an awesome blank page. Your date, today's focus, your game changer goal, personal work, free space to grow, self-maintenance, best thing that happened today I learned, today in one word, mood. Now, I am going to make an entire video on how I used planners to write my book. I used this Passion Planner Daily, well, that one, and an Erin Condren Weekly. And together they made my life. They were my life, everything to me while I was writing a book. So I'm going to make a whole video because some of you have shown interest in really going over how I use those planners to reach that big dream and goal and accomplishment. But really quick, I'll just say right here, right up front, do not be afraid to cover up any of these things. I covered up all of this while I was writing. I turned this into exactly what I needed to accomplish my goals every single day. So don't get like freaked out, wigged out by how this looks and how structured in so many boxes. I covered it up with stickers and washi tape 99% of the time. So I'm going to start by decorating my October just a little bit and filling some goals and things like that in that I want to accomplish for Preptober. I'm going to start by putting down a sticker for my birthday. So October started on Sunday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I just counted with my fingers like that. Okay. And then I'm going to cover up right here where it says, sorry, ignore the ink on my fingers, you guys. I was working on a cool project with my kiddos today, and we were doing stamps. It's a cool project that you guys are going to see in a future video because we did a big wall thing. We call it Walloween in my office for this month, and I'll show you guys soon. So it was a lot of fun. I'm going to cover up this where it says, what did it say? Break it down, create a mind map of this month's game changer. So I'm just going to write, I already know what that says. So I'm just going to write down here in this spot that I want to have a complete outline of book 2. Oh my gosh, book 2 for NaNoWriMo. Ready to go, ready to rock for NaNoWriMo. I want my entire book 2 plotted out and in a rough draft, I guess. Oh my gosh, I can't even say that, you guys. Also over here, I'm cutting out, I never remember to show you guys on camera. I'm just cutting, this bat had a huge border around it, so I'm just cutting to make it smaller. But look how cute, you guys. I got a whole huge pack of like, I think 150 Halloween stickers on Amazon for like $4.99. It was wild. They're really, really cute. So I'm just going to put this guy right here. I'm going to put this guy right here. I'm going to put another box over here just to offset this one. I don't even know what it's for. I'm just putting it there. Then over here in this sidebar, I really like that it says this month's focus, people to see, places to go, things to learn. It is writing season. It's Preptober. I have no place to go, no people to see, certainly no people to see, and, you know, a few things to learn about. So I'm going to cover that all up with this sidebar sticker, and I'm going to write, oh shoot, I need whiteout. Well, that's fine. I'm going to write, look at that. What, Alana, are you fresh back to the game or what? Okay, we'll fix that. I'm going to throw in just a couple of these cuties and then try to cover up this right here, and then we'll get going with the actual setup. So right down here where it says personal projects, top priority projects, and then work projects, my personal projects are my work projects. So I'm just going to put another piece of washi tape right here to cover that. And then what I think I'm going to do is break down each step that I want to accomplish for my plotting and prepping. Make it smaller chunks. If you guys have been here for a minute and you know me, you know that I invented it. That's not a brag. I came up with the pebbles to mountains goal system to break down your goals into tiny pieces. Other people have had this system. I just came up with the idea to call it pebbles to mountains because I love the mountains. So anyway, I'm going to break down the things that I want to accomplish for Preptober right here. And that way I can use my days to help me accomplish them. And then I'm going to use my plotting notebook, which we will get to in just a minute, to accomplish them. So not to make this super long, I'm going to pop off, write them in, and then come back. All right, here's what I want to accomplish for Preptober. I'm gonna do just brainstorming, just a dump of ideas and things I want to include in book 2. Because this is book 2, obviously I'm going to be carrying over characters, some setting, the world building, things like that. So I'm going to brainstorm how I'm going to carry those over and how I'm going to combine them with the new plot, obviously. Characters, book 1 takes place in a small setting. There's a limited amount of characters. Book 2 is going to expand and I'm going to be introducing new characters. I have a general idea of who they're going to be, what their role is going to be, but I really want to flesh them out, get to know them, and just figure them out on the page. World building, it's going to be same world, different setting for book 2, so I have to figure that out. I, of course, in traditional Alana style, created a very tricky, complex world in book 1, and I'm going to have to keep track of a lot of things to carry this on in book 2, book 3, and so on and so forth. If you guys read it and like it, that is. If nobody likes it, well, we'll see. Just kidding. So brainstorming, characters, world building, problem, and solution. So there's going to be a big problem that has to be resolved. Of course, you need a plot in a story. There's going to be a big problem. I have to figure out exactly what that is. I kind of know what it is. And then, of course, what is the solution going to be? So I'm going to do these simultaneously. Maybe I'll work backwards in that situation. But for due dates, I think I'm going to give myself until the 15th to do brainstorming and characters, and then until the 31st to do world building and problem solving. So that should have me... oh, and in the meantime, like in between figuring these things out, I'm going to be working on a draft sort of alongside of this. So these things are going to be taking place in my plotting notebook, and then my draft I'm going to be doing on my laptop, if that makes sense. So due date for the top 2 is the 15th and the 31st for the bottom 2. I'm not going to be super hard on sorry, you guys, do you want to see what my plans are? I'm not going to be super hard on myself if I don't, if I'm like still going back. If it's the 20th or whatever and I'm still going back to these as I'm working on this, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. That's the whole point of Preptober, right? So let me just give you an idea of how this is pretty straightforward, you guys. I'm not going to change anything about this. I'm going to just stick to what's on the page and answer the questions. So I don't think we really need to go over this because it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm just going to use it like it says here. But let's go to my days. So how I used these days to get me through, I say get me through writing book 1. I didn't have to get through it. It was one of the greatest joys of my life. So it helped me accomplish. That's better. First of all, I really ignored the hourly unless there was something like an eye doctor appointment for my kiddos or something like that I wanted written all over the place so I didn't forget. But I ignored this. I ignored most of this, covered it with washi tape and stickers, and encouraged myself to write. So over here, I tended to stick to things like encouragement for myself, notes to myself, that sort of thing. Over here, I kept writing the title of my book over and over when I wanted it to release. I made like a font and a fun little doodle for my book. It made it feel so real to me. It felt like I couldn't not get there, right? It was already a thing. It already existed to me. And that really helped. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. If you're on book like 5 or something, that might be a little bit different. I tried to make it super special for my first book. Over here in these spots, I would do a daily gratitude. I would do the things that I needed to take care of for myself, for my health, my vitamins, water intake, all that stuff. And I would just check them off when I completed them. I would also keep track of my writing sprints. I wrote down my overall word goal and then how many words I wrote. If I did any edits, I put those in as well. I also did kind of like a manifesting thing, but not really. I wrote out what I was working toward. A published novel, a better life for my family, my goals realized, telling stories to people who will enjoy them. Just really simple, but it just all things to keep me going. I did use the mood thing. I did use today in one word, and I would sometimes use the self-maintenance again, like I said, for water and vitamins and exercise and fresh air and that kind of thing to make sure that I was getting those in. But for the most part, it was encouragement. Now, I will show you guys in the video that I make on specifically how I used my planners to write a book towards the end of the book, towards it being actually finished, this changed, and I will share with you guys in that video what I did. So as we go through Preptober and NaNoWriMo, I will show you guys these pages. I will set them up with you for a day. We'll decorate and we'll fill it in with the plans and how I use it. So for now, I think I'm just gonna leave this one just like this, and let's quickly go ahead and set up my plotting notebook. So if you missed it, I keep saying so, you guys, I'm sorry. If you missed it in my last video, I talked about how going forward with all of my books that I write, I want to have an entire notebook dedicated to plotting it out, but not just plotting it out. I also want to write in here quotes and things that inspire me. I might cut out like magazine clippings. If anybody still does that, I still do that. Or print things off of like Pinterest, anything and everything that inspires me and motivates me and helps me toward my goal of writing my books. I want to have them in here so that I have like a physical memory journal and plotting notebook at the end of each of my books, and I'm really excited about it. This one I got from Amazon. As you can tell, it's not perfect. It was only $5, you guys. I'll link it again down in the description if you need one. Only $5, not super cute on the inside. I am totally fine with that. Totally fine with it. So I think I'm going to put one sticker on the cover, and then we're going to set up the inside of this one. Okay, I'm going to do this Stephen King quote, "Books are uniquely portable magic." This quote means so much to me, especially now. It entirely relates to the book I just wrote. So I didn't cut out the white border perfectly. Not a big deal. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. This, like I said, you guys, not cute, but it was cheap, and I want to be cheap when it comes to they're more about what they're doing for me rather than being about how pretty they are. Okay, for setting this up, I'm gonna cover this with washi tape every single day, you guys. And I'm probably gonna do it in a theme that matches my story just to add to the fun and the motivation of it. But I'm going to also divide this into sections. So let me think about this. I'm gonna divide this into sections, like I said, for the brainstorming, the characters, what did I already forget? World building, problem, and solution. So I'll use washi tape and make little tabs at the top to divide each of those sections. I'll figure out how many pages I want to give myself, but let's go ahead and start right here. I'm going to cover the top with this washi tape that has stars and the moon. This is relevant to my story, so I'm going to do that. See, that's totally fine, you guys. Easy peasy to cover it up. It doesn't have to be a super expensive notebook, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So for page 1, what I'm going to do is write in Dan Wells's 7-point story structure, I think is what he calls it. I don't have it in front of me. I have it glued into last year's NaNoWriMo planner. If you guys want to know what it is, you can look it up. There's a YouTube video about it. There's a blog post about it. There's a Writing Excuses podcast about it. I'll try to link one of those down in the description for you guys as well. But I like to use Dan Wells's 7-point plotting structure. I can't remember the exact title of it. But it's like the introduction, the hook, pinch point 1, the midpoint, pinch point 2, plot turn 2, and resolution, I think. Don't quote me on that. It's something that Dan Wells, the author, adapted from a Star Trek RPG. That was the sound of the puppy slamming my office door open, if you heard that. I think I caught it in time, but I have no idea how he opened that door. Anyway, Dan Wells adapted this from an RPG, and it's really awesome. It's really useful. So I'm going to write it right here in the very front to keep referring back to that, to keep reminding myself that in order to plot, in order to structure the story, these are the things that I need to continue referring back to and make sure that I am making a space for them in my story. Over here on this side, and then the back page as well, we're going to do 50 questions. 50 questions for my story. This is going to be the original part of my brainstorming. I have just 50 questions that I'm going to come up with off the top of my head about what's happening in the story. And, anything from who the villain is, who the characters are, what the characters are trying to accomplish, where is this set up, what is something that could be fun for fun and games in the story, anything at all. Just 50 questions that I come up with off the top of my head. I'll write them here and then I will answer them in my brainstorming process. This is really fun, you guys, and this really gets you going and gives you something to do for brainstorming, not just sitting there trying to think of the same old thing. This is also a fun technique that I use for NaNoWriMo as well. If I'm feeling stuck during NaNoWriMo, I will try to answer one of these questions in my manuscript. So I think for now, that's as set up as it's going to be, you guys. I'm going to, like I said, figure out how many different sections of this that I want to give myself, and I'll put a tab up here so that I can divide it. And then in between in the pages, I'm going to fill it up with stuff that inspires me, motivates me. Maybe I'll create a playlist, just anything and everything at all, so that at the end, when the book is written, I can look back at this and see where it began. Again, I'll link these for you guys. It has, an elastic to hold it shut. It has a pen loop. The paper isn't the greatest quality, but I'm totally fine with it. I will share this with you guys as well as we're going through Preptober and NaNoWriMo. This one I'll share with you guys again, like I said, as we're going through Preptober. I am going to set this up a whole section and probably do some like glued or washi tape tip-in pages for NaNoWriMo and create an entire NaNoWriMo planner section in this for the month of November. So I'll come back at the end of October and share with you guys. That Facebook page should be up very, very soon. Check the description for a link to it. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk book stuff. We're going to read a spooky book together for Halloween. I'm going to do fun prizes and things for October, and for NaNoWriMo, we'll do sprints and all kinds of good stuff. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me for this one. Book news very soon. I'm so stoked. Thank you all so much for your kind words. I'm just blown away that anybody wants to read it. I love and appreciate you guys so, so much. I'm really looking forward to hanging out with you more throughout Preptober and NaNoWriMo. It's going to be a blast. So that is all for this one. I will see you in my next one. Tell your dog I said hi. Bye, guys.